Welcome back to Kamen Review, episode 200. Yay! I reached 200 for this series. Yep, it was kind of predicted. Though this one we're discussing just 2 episodes this time, just episodes 14, 15 of Kamen Decade. And this is the Den-O tribute 2-parter, which leads into an actual movie. Yep, an actual movie. That's just enough for our trilogy movies. Yes, seriously. And get this. So, unlike in the case here, tributes, which there were alternate versions of characters from the respective shows, in this one, in this 2-parter, it is the actual same characters. It just, the whole thing with this 2-parter, it's a follow-up to Den-O. So, they arrive in the world of Den-O. So Tatsuya wears an outfit and makes him basically a ticket to the Denny liner, which by the way, you actually don't see the damn thing until like toward the end of part 1. And there's just like this yellow light, and then of course Tatsuya gets possessed by Momotaros. No, they don't say his name, but yeah, it's Momotaros. Yeah, because of his violent actions, and he has like a red streak in his hair, a red scarf. Yep, it's him. It fights Ingram, which basically is a monster from Den-O series. And then, of course, 3 other people start possessing him. Yeah, the people start possessing him are... Well, Udataros. That's the blue one. There is Udataros, obviously. X. This is Kintaros. Gun, which looks kind of like Kifa. This is Rataros. One of these ones, the last one here I'm seeing here, does not appear in this special. Nope, it does not. Yeah, I thought it was kind of interesting the fact that you had Momotaro possessing him, and then freed thanks to the laughing thing, and the other 3 start possessing him, and then Momotaro tried to possess him again, and of course Yosuke possessed by him for the rest of this 2-parter until like toward the end of part 2. So the other 3 possess him, and then they get out of his body, and then they possess Natsume, and this is just probably the actors having tons of fun. I can tell basically that she was enjoying the costume change, and I thought that was really cool. Like, kind of the whole thing of part 1 is basically just the characters having fun with each other. And there's also a B plot, basically, where like, oh, there's time distortions, and it's trying to wipe us up. From what I read, basically, that's one of the plots from Den-O, where they would use the liner that goes back in time. And then eventually they bring in the actual liner. Now, fun fact, the first time I ever saw this liner was not in this movie or in the Den-O series. I haven't seen them yet. So the first time I ever saw the Den-O liner was actually in the very first superhero tension movie. I then saw it again in the 4th anniversary movie Den-O O's All Kamen Attack, All Riders Attack. Yeah, that movie was so looking forward to seeing that movie, and of course, I've done a review of it, and the movie's awesome. So this 2-parter is the 3rd time seeing the Den-O. Like, so if you ever see images of Den-O where he's like, oh, he's red with the thing in front, that's kind of his default form. That's Momotaro possessing his body. And those of you curious, do they bring in the actual Den-O writer, actor from the show into this 2-parter? Yes, except he does appear until toward the end of part 1. Well, I read the reason why this is because the actor who plays him is super busy. Yeah, his agency kind of unavailable for you and Kamen returns. So they kind of created this other character. So basically, they did explain it really well. It feels like with this two-part, it feels like an actual crossover with Den-O instead of like in some alternate version of like characters. Like I said, it feels like it per se. It's just the characters interact with actual characters in Den-O, not like made up stand-ins like they were in the previous one. So if anybody's a fan of Den-O, they would definitely enjoy this two-parter because some might think, oh, does Den-O treat him as a joke? Not really. No, he does. Though in the case they call Decade does call Momotaro an idiot, which he kind of is. So, and of course they go on liner. They meet the owner, the hostess, the manager, meet everybody there except for Momotaro's. And of course, then they battle him, and then eventually, Momotaro's of course, Momotaro's is tricked by Kaito, thinking his actual final form is actually the Denny Liner. Nope, it's not. It's actually himself. He gets his form back, and then of course, basically, him gets actual form back. Does a lot of Yusuke for the first time since episode 3. He finally transforms back into Kuga. And you're probably seeing this, you're like, why in the world did he forget the fact he can do Kuga? My guess is probably the reason why they didn't have him transform into Kuga since then. My guess is because maybe there was... I highly doubt it was due to money. I highly doubt it was that. I'm thinking it may have been the studio I think it's probably the production trying to protect the Kuga suit. Because prior to the show, it probably not been used in probably 9 years. And they're probably very protective of that suit. Because for them, it's very precious to them. That's probably the reason why. Yeah, so then I think it's all wrapped up, and like, oh, maybe we're gonna go pay a visit to the Ward of Kabuto. Nope, because of course, at the end of the episode, we show off this character named Stig. Yeah, he shows up here, and the whole thing with him is that he's here to lead into a movie. Yes, a movie. And on day later, it's like... and then all of a sudden we do see Kato Nagami. Yeah, he's a second Den-O, and he's right here. It looks like he's the grandson. This was the second time I've seen him. Last time I saw him was actually in the O's movie. And this is the first actual the original Den-O actor in the show. You probably think it was the first time since the show ended he actually showed up. No, he did previously appear in a TV movie. In a basically where he crosses over with Kiva. So basically between Den-O and this episode, he appeared technically in 2 movies, and then he appeared in this show. Mm-hmm. Yeah, something's happening, and yeah. But overall, really good 2-parter. I enjoyed this. Does make me still want to watch basically dinner when I get a chance to get to it. Oh, heck yes, definitely. So far, the ones I haven't seen so far, which has been Kiva, Blade, Fives, and Dino now. Like, yeah, I want to see these. Oh, in case some of you might be curious still, like, has Decade gone through all the... Oh, well, fun fact, the character of Koto Nagami, this is the only T appearance of the guy because he most appears in movies. So, you're probably thinking, like, is there any actually more of the Heiseir to the tributes for? Well, there's actually 2 left. Yes, believe it or not, there's 2 left, and then it just becomes really weird afterwards. Yeah. But yeah, definitely looking forward. And also, so basically, Decade, next movie we'll discuss actually be the next episode. This will be the first of 6 movies. Well, technically 2 overall. Released during the course of the series. There's some released later. There's one movie that I might get into, but I probably won't get to it just yet because I need to watch Dino first. Yep. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Particular video. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe to notifications. I probably have to see the movie tomorrow at this point. Okay. Thanks. See you all tomorrow. Bye.